Let's introduce to this. Let's bring into this conversation Ambassador Dr. Roy, who is a retired military veteran, a member of the American Society of Industrial Security, certified human rights consultation in the U.S. Ambassador Roy, good morning to you. Welcome to the conversation. Now we're talking about basically insecurity as this is not just insecurity that involves bandits or Boko Haram or kidnappers abducting people or killing people or sacking communities. We are talking about our security personnel being attacked and the security force being depleted, as is the case right now, what we're seeing, what we're going through in Nigeria. And these people more or less get away with it. What are your thoughts as a security expert now?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity, and permit me to acknowledge the other guests on the studio. I can hear the passion in their voice, and it's very unfortunate that Nigerians are very frustrated right now with the benefits and the dividends they are getting from the investment we have put into security for the past 30 years. You see, now, if you look at the issues where we have been talking for over 25 years, this depreciation started over 25 years now in Nigeria. You see, where our judiciary does not penalize criminality, criminality has now been negotiated. We brought up so many contingents. We have the plea bargain, we have de-radicalization, we have amnesty, so many things we started to ascribe, and criminals now have negotiators, and government listen to these negotiators, and government has no criminal resistance. So we built a system where the police was neglected. Policing was given a kind of bodyguard role for the elites and for political office holders. So we don't have policing for the masses, and we started to have unpoliced areas. And these unpoliced areas became hibernating grounds for criminal groups. And the local government chairmen, the obas, the MIs, they began to have no reason not to bow down to these people and begin to become incriminated in kidnapping cases, banditry cases, and our mineral resources that are also spread around all these unpoliced areas became a kind of milking ground for them to make extra money. And that gave them the impetus to have alliances with foreign countries, foreign criminal gangs, and foreign economic bodies. And this is another government in a government. So the territorial integrity of Nigeria has been shared between the legitimate government and criminal governments.
Okay, Dr. Roy, you made mention of the radicalization when you're actually talking. On this note, the past administration actually introduced this operation Save the Corridor to make sure that they reintegrate repentant Boko Haram people into the country. And now, ex-colonel, I'm talking about Hassan Labo, came out to say that this is what is causing more of the problems that we're having in Nigeria as regards insecurity. What's your stand on that? Is that a good one, reintegrating them into the society? People who have killed, who actually have tasted power and all that. What do you make of that?
Well, Colonel Hassan Stan Lambo was my boss in the military, and we have had engagements where I respect his military articulation. Now, if you want to de-radicalize somebody that was radicalized, what are also the yardsticks that you are using to verify that this person has been de-radicalized. We have a criminal justice system, and our criminal justice system is supposed to take you through a system where you will either come out back into the society. All of these guys are not taken into the criminal justice system. And don't forget that our criminal justice system also need cleansing. The name was changed from prison to correctional centers.
Yeah.
You know, and we have seen that these prisons and correctional centers are also a place where you need to refine. So there was no way to know if this person has been cleansed or de-radicalized. So it became a faulty system.
Now, let me ask you quickly, what is the process of de-radicalizing an individual, especially when it involves banditry, kidnappings, and stealing? What is the process?
To me, I don't know the process government is doing, and I'm not sure that any journalist or there have been any process exposed to the public to even contribute. There are people sitting in this your panel now on this TV that could contribute, listening to their commentaries so far.
Okay.
So the process is supposed to be number one. What were you radicalized on? One, it must be a faulty Islamic mandate where you are told that the Islam said you will be giving virgins when you die, you must kill Western, this and that. So number two is drug addiction. You know, so many of them have been addicted into drugs. You know, number three is the fear. So many of them, their families are being threatened to be killed if they don't get involved. So how can you remove fear from me when the person that is taking me into custody to follow them to fight is still killing your soldiers, is still collecting taxes from citizens of your state, and is still holding ground as a legitimate government in your territorial integrity? So I don't see how that their process is going to work when I am not answering for a crime I committed, and the people that radicalize me are negotiating with government and bringing bags of money to them in the bush. You are giving them motorcycles. You are giving them opportunity to take our girls from schools, rape them, turn them into housewives in the presence of the man you want to de-radicalize. That is not possible.
All right, then, unfortunately, we're pressed for time. We're done with this conversation, so we'll be going into another conversation now. We'll look at the hike in electricity tariff and the reactions that various groups have, the way various groups have reacted to this hike in electricity. So we must say a very big thank you to you, Ambassador Roy Ohidebe, a retired military veteran and a member of the American Society of Industrial Security, certified human rights consultant, all right, based in the U.S. Thank you very much for your time, as we will let you go now.
Very much.
When we come back, we'll be speaking more on the electricity tariff. Stay with us.